Okay.
Oh, shoot. That's crazy. I wonder who won the game between Seattle and Vancouver today. Hopefully Vancouver won. Oh, it's 3-3 right now. Nice nose. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's pretty good for smelling. Yeah, hopefully the Canucks take this one. The only reason I'm going for the Canucks is because if they win, then Seattle doesn't get any points. So hopefully they can score one more. Hi, CF Pro. Welcome to the live stream. I was just saying how if Vancouver could win in regulation, that would be good for the Flames, because then they would have a chance at making the playoffs if they win another game. Nice eyes. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. My eyes look a little weird right now. The Calgary Flames. Like if Vancouver beats Seattle in regulation, they get no points. Hey, Gone S. Right now, it's about halfway through the third period, and they're tied though. Yeah, well, it's basically it's like halfway through the regular season, and the team that I follow, Calgary Flames, they started off as one of the worst teams in the league to start the season. They won 2 out of their first 11 games, for example. and they were last place in the league. Recently, they've been on a bit of a run, and they're now only 1 point out of the playoffs. And the team that they're chasing is Seattle, and Seattle is currently playing the Vancouver Canucks right now. You have to be up at 7:15. What time zone do you live in? Because where I'm at, it's only 9:44. I mean, that's pretty late. If I had to wake up at 7:15, I'd probably go to bed too. But realistically, I mean, you still could get 8 hours of sleep right now if you went to bed right now. Actually, you'd get more. Then you'd be at like, you'd be getting 9 hours of sleep. Flames are right behind LA Kings by 1 point. Yeah, and Seattle. Oh, it's 12:44. Yeah, then you should go to bed. You should definitely go to bed, CF Pro. I'm drinking decaf coffee. We have to wake up around 5? Oh, geez, bro. You should definitely go to sleep then. Like, definitely go to bed right now. I thought it was 9:45 for you. It's 12:45, and I thought you said you have to wake up at 7:15. Now you're saying you have to wake up at 5 a.m.? You should go to bed. But yeah, the current situation is if Vancouver beats Seattle in regulation tonight, then tomorrow night Calgary plays Nashville, and the winner of that game will take. Thanks, CF Pro. I appreciate that. They will take the final wildcard spot in the NHL Western Conference playoffs. So they might as well. Vancouver might as well do us a favor tonight and win this game. You know what I mean? I think I'll make a video about it tomorrow, if anything. Actually, I have a couple of video ideas I'm going to pop out in the next couple of days. One of them I'm going to make is going to be the Canadian Olympic roster. If with all the guys who didn't make it onto the Olympics, it's gonna be like the B squad. You know, like I'm gonna make a whole second team of if Team Canada could send a second team to the Olympics, like the B squad of the Olympics. And when you see the squad, you're gonna be like, "What? That's a good team." You know what I mean? But yeah, those are just a couple of my ideas. The other one I'm gonna go with is talking about the Calgary Flames and their playoff chances right now. And just sort of a recap, it's like, what is going on? Like, considering that I think most people had already written them off in October. And suddenly here in January, we're talking about a team who's 1 point back of a playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that happened. It's just surprising, that's all. Hey, Veer Singh, where are you from? Veer Singh Parihar, where are you from? Me, I'm from Canada. Earlier tonight, Canada at the World Juniors, pretty sure they won their game like 7-1 or something like that. When did I transition? Transition to what? Bye, Veer Singh. Why is the guy in the middle kind of handsome? What guy in the middle? What's the guy in the middle? Are you talking about me? Who else? Well, in the middle would imply that there's a guy on the right and the left as well, right? But there's only one guy. Do you know what I mean? That's why I was a little confused, because if you said guy in the middle, that implies there's a guy to the right and to the left, but there's only one guy. I guess you could mean in the middle of your screen, right? I'm sorry, guys. I take everything so literally sometimes. You know what I mean? What am I doing right now? I'm just going live. I'm playing a game actually on the computer at the same time. I play the game on the computer so that I my mind. It's like you know those like shorts that you watch where it's like Subway Surfers or something, so that you like keep paying attention or whatever. The game name is called Paper.io too. It's like a version of the old Snake game. You know where you're a snake kind of, and like you're you're a snake and you have a tail that goes behind you, right? And if your tail gets eaten, you die. But it's kind of like a versus version of that where there's many people who are playing as these little squares that have like a snake tail. And then if you run over somebody else, you kill them. And if somebody runs over your tail, they kill you. But as you connect back to yourself, um your your like your like base gets bigger, if that makes any sense. And then so the goal of the game is to like fill the whole screen with as much of your color as you can. And I'm pretty good at it, but it's hard to play when I'm streaming too, because I'm trying to read the chat at the same time. So like my eyes are not actually completely focused on the game. Like I'm looking over at the screen to read the chats, right? But I can keep playing at the same time. So yeah, I just died again because I was getting to I wasn't focusing enough. I also am checking the scores of the hockey game because I want to make sure that um I want to make sure that the Canucks can win this game. If the Canucks win tonight, it gives the Flames a chance to pass Seattle and take the final playoff spot. Why are you so serious? I'm not serious. I'm just focused. I need something funny to happen for me to be less serious. You ever sit on your arm to make your hand numb? No, I don't like that feeling. To be honest, I used to have I think I used to have a bit of a circulation problem. But I've been doing a lot of stretching and sort of basically giving myself physical therapy because it wasn't actually very long ago. It was probably about maybe a year or two ago. I got something in my shoulder which is called impingement, and it's basically it feels like a weird pain in your shoulder where your whole arm will kind of even go numb. And it's not a pleasant feeling at all. It kind of hurts. And it can happen from almost any activity too. Like like if you have it, it might get triggered literally by doing something that has nothing even to do with your shoulder. Like I would get it even when I run sometimes. Like I would just go for a run, which you think, what does a run have to do with a shoulder? Nothing really, right? But like halfway through the run, my freaking my arm would be numb. You know what I mean? Like I'd lose feeling in my left hand. And I looked into it. I tried to figure out what was wrong with me. And I think I just had a very minor impingement, which is like, there's like a nerve that goes from here to here, from your neck to your arm. And sometimes you can get some inflammation in your tendons that causes the nerve to get pinched, and then it hurts, and it like cuts off your circulation or something like that. It makes your arm numb basically. And the way to reverse it is through a series of stretches and holds where you stretch your tendons out. And then I also even feel like I had it for my elbow too. Some people call it tennis elbow. I can't remember what happened with that one, but I also stretched it out. But there's a bunch of different exercises. There's a bunch of different exercises you could do to reverse any tendonitis and things like that that you can get in your shoulders and arms. And the really cool thing about it is they're all free. You just look it up on YouTube and you can find people who are physical therapists that like tell you the exercises to do. And they're all really easy. They're just like stretches. Like I'll show you one of them. One of them is literally you just go like this. You turn your hand upside down and like you basically you press it against the wall. Like you go up to the wall and you press it against the wall and then you crank your neck. Chinese cup their hands and hit their body parts to lose circulation. What's system has worked best for me? Well, depends on which one we're talking about. The one that I felt like truly really helped was the one that I showed you guys. You basically, like I said, you turn your hand, stand with your hand in front of you like this, right? You twist it around, you put it against a wall, like you stand against the wall. Here, I'll stand up and show you guys against the wall. Okay, take your hand, you go against the wall. Wait, let me turn off the slate. So you can see, okay, go against the wall. You turn your hand upside down like that. And then you crank your head like this. And it loosens up the nerve that's inside of there. So you go against the wall. You turn your hand upside down and you push against it. And then you go like this. And you can kind of feel like a tug, like a pull through your whole arm. And it undoes the nerves and it makes your arms like come back to life. You know what I mean? But that's the main one that I think worked the best for me. And I forget what that one was for. I think that one was for the elbow, the tennis elbow. It's like elbow tendonitis. I will keep doing this. Yeah, keep trying it. There's another one. I'll show you guys another thing actually. That's really that might be kind of crazy to see when I do it. But I'll show you guys what's wrong with me. Okay. You know when you stand backwards like this, right? If you put your hand up and you try to reach. Do you see that? I could reach behind my back, right? I could touch. Now, look, I'll do it the other way. Do you see that, guys? There's a gap. There's a gap. So watch this way, right? This way. Do you guys see the difference? One of my shoulders, one of my arms, this right arm is too tight. I can't lift it up anymore behind my back. Can you do it on both sides or one side? Because some people have the problem only on one side. Like I only have that problem on one side. But there's some exercises that you can do to try to get your... You can't do it on either side? Well, then you got to do I think you just got to do the exercises. All of them. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that, Hussein. I was just showing people my my physiotherapy sessions or whatever. I don't even actually go to physiotherapy. Like I said before, I just look them up on YouTube. Do I play hockey? Yeah, I have a game actually tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm like that. I can do it one way, but not the other way. Yeah, exactly. It's because of most people, including myself, are unbalanced. We're unbalanced, guys, because we're right-handed or left-handed. It usually depends on what hand you are, right? And you favor one side for too long. So I think it's from me driving. Because you know when you drive your car, you drive your truck or whatever, you use your right hand, if you're right-handed, to steer the steering wheel, right? And I used to have a job where I was driving around all day in a van, and I would probably just have one hand on the wheel and just drive around like that, you know? Yes, I'm from Canada. And I think over time, it stiffens up your shoulder. It makes it so tight and behind in the back here that I can't lift it up anymore. Like I've lost that flexibility. There's a lot of information on diamonds in the cesspool of the content of the internet. Oh, yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you mean metaphorically, like you could find diamonds of information, right? Even though the internet is so like crazy, right? You could always find something like useful. But yeah, I want to do other exercises that help me solve my impingement. I mean, sorry, not my impingement, whatever that's called. Whatever that thing is called, where you can't reach over where you can't touch your hands together behind your back anymore. To me, that one seems like it's going to be a lot harder to fix than the nerve thing. Because the nerve thing is just like stretching your tendons and stuff like that. This one, I think, is like it's gonna, it's trying to reverse like years and years and years of overuse. The most common exercises that I've seen are like this. I'll show you guys. This is one of them. I have to do it on the bed. But you have to go on your bed like this, and you put your arm down, and then you're supposed to like lift it up like that. And then the other one, it's not necessarily on the bed, but you're supposed to like lie on your side like this, and you lift your arm up like that. And you could use a dumbbell for this too. Like obviously this is too easy because I'm just doing it with on air, but you can have a small dumbbell in this hand, like a weight, and you're supposed to be strengthening like your back shoulder somehow. I don't really know. Gymnastics rings, cradle the cat. Stop. That's for babies. What's cradle the cat? What's cradle the cat? It's intense. I'll look it up. Okay, I'm gonna look it up. Cradle. Gymnastics rings, cradle the cat. Okay, I've looked it up. So the guy is basically, he's hanging from two gymnastics rings. And he's like this. He's like holding two rings and he's pulling himself up, like going like basically upside down. Oh yeah, he's like reversing so he can, he's basically going completely upside down. Yeah. Oh yeah, that would definitely be very hard to do. It makes you feel sick at first. I feel like there's a lot of people that might not even be able to do this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people that wouldn't even be able to attempt this. It's like a somersault underwater. Yeah. Just for reference of what I'm talking about, I'll show you guys the video of what this guy's cradling the cat. He's going upside down. He basically did a full 360 on gymnastics rings. And now he's going all the way back around. That was pretty crazy. Oh yeah, that would be super intense. But yeah, no, the only reason I was showing the easy stuff is because of the problem I have with my shoulder. Like here, I'll do it again for you, those of you who just came. Look, this is this way. Right? Now this is this way. Do you see the difference? See? Okay, watch. This way. And this way. One of my sides is messed up, guys. I need to balance my body. I don't know if I'm ready for cradling the cat yet. Do you know what I mean, guys? Like, I don't think I'm ready to cradle the cat yet. I can't even cradle my own back right there. You know what I mean? Hi, dear. Good morning. Good dear morning to you, Pillow. Welcome. Yeah, basically, I just want to achieve balance. I feel unbalanced. And in my legs, I have a problem too. One of my legs is larger than the other one. So, one of my, yeah, I think, you know what? That's what I'm going to say, guys. It's one of my goals for the year is I'm going to balance my body. I want to achieve balance. I think it'll just make me feel really good if I have a really balanced left and right. You know what I mean? Like if I feel physically good, I'll feel mentally good too. So that's one of my goals. That's one of my plans. I am in Italy, and here is early morning. Oh, well, where I'm at, it's still nighttime. Like, I haven't gone to bed yet. It's 10:14. I'm on the west coast of Canada. Whereabouts in Italy are you? Am I Aborigine? I'm partly indigenous to Canada, so I guess that could make me an Aborigine. Neapolis. I think in English we call that place Naples. Which is kind of funny. That's a kind of a weird thing about England or English. The English language is we have names for places. You know, like in the local language, you call something one thing, and then in in English we change it to another name. Sorry for my English. Oh, that's okay. Your English is great, bro. Canadians went from red Indians to brown Indians. I mean, that's depends on where you're at, right? That's uh that's one way to view things, right? Like if you're in Surrey or something, right? Or Brampton or whatever. Or Saddletown. Toronto is filled with, yeah, that's what I've heard. I've not really been too much around Toronto. Pistol squats are good for balance. Which one's a pistol squat again? I'm gonna have to look this one up too. Pistol squats. Oh, it's like one-legged squat, basically. Have I ever been in Italy? No, I haven't. My brother went there once, though. Yeah, I think I got to do pistol squats to fix my balance issue. Yeah, I've got a bad knee. I've got one messed up knee, and the messed up knee that I have, that leg is losing muscle. Like I can tell that my right calf is smaller than my left calf, and I think it even extends all the way up into my quads too. So I think you're right. I got to do pistol squats, especially on that right knee. I feel it. It's honestly, I feel like it's getting healthier because it doesn't hurt as much as it used to. But now, so now that it's getting healthy enough, I think I can actually do the pistol squat, and that means that I could um that means I could actually start to rebalance, like start to regain muscle in that leg. I had diarrhea on the floor and my cat licked it up. Well, I mean, at least you at least you don't have to buy cat food now. So, you know, you could look at it that way, glass half empty or whatever, right? Wait, okay, let me try one and do one. I was just putting on shorts. Okay, so the pistol squat would be like this. So it's like they kick one leg out. I'll try it with my other leg. Yeah, it's actually harder than it looks, guys. But one thing I just want to say is I ran 26 kilometers yesterday. So my legs are really destroyed right now because I also did a huge leg workout the day before that. My legs are actually so destroyed. But that's the idea of it. I think, yeah, you're trying to stick one leg out and then do a squat like this. It's so hard though, because my legs are so destroyed right now. It's too hard for me. Do stem cells in Colombia, they offer travel packages? Yeah, I definitely probably should get stem cells one day. But I'm telling you guys, I don't know if you can see it, if you can tell, but this calf, my right calf, like this gastrocnemius or whatever it's called here, I swear it's bigger on this leg than it is on this leg. Like it's just imbalanced, you know what I mean? Like it's not good. Break from it. Dude, I'm gay. Well, I'm glad you could admit it, you know what I mean? Some people are too afraid to admit it or whatever. And they get locked in a closet, a psychological closet or whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's very hard actually. The pistol squat. I'm sure maybe there's an easier version of it, like a starter version. Okay, one sec, guys. I gotta put my phone down for a minute. I'm just trying to plug in my computer. There we go. Yeah, there's probably like an easy version of it. Pistol squat progression, high radium, TRX helps. What's the TRX? I'm gonna look up that. Oh, it's like holding on to the to like the band. Okay, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna probably honestly start getting into this stuff. I've just lately been, when I go to the gym, I've just lately been doing like basic heavy lifts. You know what I mean? Like I'll do a bench press, I'll do a shoulder press, I'll do bicep curls, you know, I'll do lat pull downs, I'll do dips, I'll do chin ups and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I'm not doing enough of these like targeted movements. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to make my setup look nice. Okay, that's a good setup. Yeah, I'm not doing enough of these targeted movements. But I think I'm going to start doing that this year too. Because like I said, all those lifts I just said have nothing to do even with the legs. But I did do a heavy leg day the other day. But what it involved was more like I was just doing regular squats with a barbell, a squat like a squat machine. Like, you know those machines where it's like you lie on your back basically? I forgot what it's called. Leg press. Leg press machine. A leg raise, leg extensions, leg curls, which are all fine and dandy to just build some muscle, but I think these pistol squats would be really good to build that balance, you know? If I can do that on one leg, I can get my right leg, you know, really fine-tuned into being able to work on its own without being without basically being carried along by the left leg, you know? Like I think that's how I even became imbalanced in the first place is from too much uh you know, favoring my right leg, not putting enough weight on it. And that's what caused the imbalance because I think it was just like years and years of hiking and, you know, skating, jumping, like doing all kinds of different stuff with too much intensity, primarily focused on the left leg, which is now left my left leg nice and toned and strong, but my right leg feels weak and um atrophied now, you know? Brady Kachuk. What about Brady Kachuk? How are the Sens doing? I feel like the Sens are in a world of hurt right now. What do you mean? He's the GOAT. I feel like Ottawa's down near the bottom of the Eastern Conference right now. They're in danger of missing the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, right after they finally made it back into the playoffs after years. Name the ultimate hockey team. Um, Probably Team Canada. I feel like it's going to be Team Canada at the Olympics this year. They're going to have Connor, uh, Nate McKinnon, Sidney Crosby, Cale McCarr. Like that's a dream team right there. That's a real dream team that's going to be put together right there. Young guns like Macklin Celebrini. Like that's a strong team. Good night, dear sir. No, meaning the best team by player at each position. I would say Wayne Gretzky at center. Uh, Alex Ovechkin as left wing. Um, I don't know who's the greatest right wing. Am I allowed to play another center at right wing? Like, can I put another center on this line just in case? Hello, gentlemen. Okay, let's put. Okay, let's put Wayne Gretzky at center, Ovechkin at left wing, Mario Lemieux at right wing. Defense, I'll put Cale McCarr and Bobby Orr on defense. And then let's put, I'm thinking either Dominic Hasek or Martin Brodeur in net. Yeah, either Dominic Hasek or Martin Brodeur as the goalie. What do you think about that? That's the ultimate hockey team. The dream team. Patrick Kane? No, Patrick Kane wouldn't make the ultimate team. Like he's a good player, but he's not like the best of all time. My reasoning for making this team, I'm not saying he's not good, but I wouldn't say he's the best of all time. Like, we're saying best of all time. The reason, let me give you my reasoning behind making this team. We've got Wayne Gretzky, the greatest playmaker of all time, right? The greatest player of all time is Wayne Gretzky. So he's starting at center, right? He's going to be the playmaker of this line, of this team. Even though he's also a good goal scorer, he's going to be the setup man of this ultimate team. Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer of all time. He's outscored Wayne Gretzky. So he's going to be on the left wing, right? We got Ovi and Gretzky. Lemieux is in his prime, the only guy to ever have a chance at beating Gretzky's records, like his points records, because Lemieux is just as dominant as Gretzky. He just didn't play as long. You know what I mean? He didn't have enough games played. He had too many injuries and too many health problems that he didn't have the longevity as Wayne Gretzky did. But in this fantasy team, like, we're obviously picking guys in their prime, right? Like, this is just make believe, right? So if it's prime Gretzky, prime Ovechkin, prime Lemieux, those are the top three forwards that you can pick on a line. And then as for defensemen, we've got a prime Bobby Orr, the highest scoring defenseman of all time, and Cale Makar, who is currently playing, I think is on the same level as Bobby Orr. And in a modern era, you know, I think he I think he could be considered one of the greatest players of all time by the time he's done his career. It's just hard to notice defensemen as much as forwards because they typically don't score as much. So it's hard to notice how good Cale Makar is because there's other players like Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby and, you know, Nate McKinnon and stuff like that that are currently playing right now. Talk to you later, Tricky, and have a good night, sleepy Paolo there. Not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna grab NHL 26 to make my mark on the NHL. Might as well, eh? And do this. Make that ultimate team that I just said. We got Gretzky at center, Ovechkin at left, Lemieux at right, and then we're gonna put Cale and Bobby Orr at defense, and then maybe either Brodeur or Hasek in net. The goalie's the only one that's a little tricky to pick because you only get one pick, right? And it's so much can be said about the era and the time that these guys played in. That team should go undefeated. Yeah, that would be an ultimate team, guys. If they're all in their primes, like I said, like, it would be unbeatable. It would be so unbeatable. Like, it would be unfair. All that would happen would be Gretzky would skate around with the puck until everybody's chasing him. He'd somehow thread the needle. He'd find a perfect pass to Ovi and he'd slap it in the net. And if that wasn't working, Lemieux can be a power forward through anybody. It would just be ridiculous. Cale Makar on defense, Bobby Orr on defense. It would be so dominant of a team. It wouldn't even make sense, guys. It would be an ultimate team. Okay, let's see who won the game. By the skilled hand of effort, destiny starts to shine. Even nature lends its hand when human will is divine. Wow. Profound words. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate that, Blade Pappy. Is it Blade Pappy or Papagy? Damn it. Seattle won, guys. The Kraken won. Jeez. Jeez Louise. So, in my honest opinion, Ovechkin is the GOAT. I mean, you could make the argument for that, I guess, but nothing really compares to Wayne Gretzky. Like you can't like he was just too good, man. Mind you, I was born in the 2000s. Fair enough. Yeah, like he's your GOAT of this era for sure. But I mean, you could just look at the numbers. Like go back and look at the stats. Maybe you never seen Wayne Gretzky play. And I didn't even really see him play either because I was only born in the 90s. So I only saw him play the last few years of his career, right? Like he played up until like 2000 and I want to say 2002 or something like that. Either way, even if you don't if you didn't see them play all that many games, you could still go back and check the stats and be like, "Oh, this guy has more goals and more assists than everyone else." Now, obviously, Ovechkin has the most goals, but Wayne, no, Wayne is not dead now. Wayne is still alive. You're probably thinking of Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe, I'm pretty sure, is dead. Um, but here's the thing about Wayne. If you took away all his goals, like let's say you just took away his goals and you said he never scored a single goal, and you only counted his assists, he would still have more points than everyone else. If you took away all his goals. Like, do you get that, guys? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Don't count his goals. He's still number one of points all time. And for the longest time, up until last year when Ovechkin finally passed him, he also had the most goals. Like that's like it's preposterous, guys. It's head and shoulders above everyone else by like the largest of margins. Here, I brought it up, guys. Look. Okay. So you see that? Wayne Gretzky, right? Those are his assists. 1,963 assists. Second place right now, Jaromir Jagr has 1,921 total points. Total points. That's goals plus assists. So even if you took away his 894 goals, he would still be in first place. He would still be in the lead. Let's say we sort this by goals. The hell is going on now? There we go. There's Alex Ovechkin, your GOAT. 912. Second place right now for goals is Gretzky with 894, which most people thought was an unbeatable record for the longest of times. He held that record for a long, long time. And then the other guy I mentioned before, Mario Lemieux, I'll show you his claim to fame. I'm going to sort this by points per game. So Wayne Gretzky scored an average of 1.92 goals per game. Sorry, points per game, rather. The only guy that's even in the same realm is Mario Lemieux, who only played 915 games, mind you, who got up to 1.88. So he's close. He's still second behind Gretz, but he was close. If he played more games, he could have potentially passed his stats. He would have had to have basically have played like 600 more games or so. Now let's look at the gameplay leaders. Most games played, Patrick Marleau, 1,779. Second place, Gordie Howe, Third place, Mark Messier. Let's go back to points again. So those are the top 10 or top 7. Right now, Sidney Crosby is currently still playing. He's 25 points behind Steve Yzerman. So he'll probably end up passing Yzerman for sure. At least he might even do it this season. You know what I mean? He'll probably pass him this season. This guy, Marcel Diani, he might pass him. He might even pass him this season, potentially, if he gets 42 more points with half a season to go. There's Ovi, a little bit behind Sid by about 80 points. How old is Sidney? He's 35. No, 30. He's 38. And then anyone else, there's nobody else still playing right now. Like, there's nobody else coming close right now. Who's the next closest? Oh, there's Malkin. He's still playing. He's down at 1375. So he's not legendary, but he's good. Wait, who are we talking about? Sidney Crosby? Sidney Crosby is becoming, no, he's becoming legendary. He's becoming pretty legendary. I would say, because even if you go to let's go back to points per game. He's 14th right now in points per game, 1.24 per game. And he has 3 Stanley Cups, a couple of gold medals at least. He's pretty legendary. Like, let's see. Is there like a thing that says all his awards? There it is. Stanley Cups. He's got 3. Art Ross. He's got 2. Conn Smythe. He's got 2. Hart. He's got 2. Mark Messier NHL Leadership Award, 1. Rocket Richard, 2. Ted Lindsay, 3. Like, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. Even if he retired right now, Sidney Crosby's a Hall of Famer. And he's going back to the Olympics this year. He's about to win another gold medal with Team Canada this year. Where's Ovechkin? You telling me Team Canada beats the US? Yeah, for sure. Wait, one sec. Before we do this, let's double check. Let's double check what I was saying about the defenseman. Boom. Okay, so we're back on defenseman. We're on defenseman now. This is who I've said would be my number 1 defenseman. Bobby Orr. He's scoring at a 1.39 goals or points per game. And then I said Cale Makar would be my other guy. 1.09 points per game. Reason why Bobby Orr is not higher on this overall list is because he barely played, right? He only played 657 games. Look at all the people ahead of him. They all played like 1,500-ish, you know? 1,600, 1,400, 1,400, 1,495, 16, 15, 1,000, 1,200, 13, 16, 15. Boom, 600 for Bobby. Ovechkin is Russian. Yeah, exactly. That's why Bobby Orr is legendary. That's why Bobby Orr might be the greatest player of all time because he got 915 points in 600 games as a defenseman. He was a defenseman. Like I said, and his points per game is 1.39. That's pretty impressive. The only one that's comes close to that would be Paul Coffey, playing 1,400 games with a 1.09. But the reason why Paul Coffey has such great stats is he played with Wayne Gretzky. So he got a bunch of assists from just making sure that he passed the puck to Wayne. But yeah, no, yeah, Bobby must have been a monster. You're right. He played way before my time. Like I've never seen him play. He was born in 1948. Should I make a levitating toaster? Yeah, sounds great. His last season was in 1979. 2 Stanley Cups, 2 Art Ross. The Art Ross trophy goes to the player with the most points. He won the Art Ross as a defenseman. That'll probably never be repeated, guys. He has 2 scoring titles as a defenseman. Like, I don't think people understand how insane that is. 2 Conn Smythes, that's the MVP of the playoffs. 3 Hart trophies. No, Conn Smythe is the best player in the playoffs. It's like the MVP of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Hart Trophy is like MVP of the season, of the regular season. He's got 3 of those. The Norris is best defenseman. So he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Norris. What else should I levitate? You're gonna make a toaster, maybe a panini press too. The bio says we'll never know what Bobby Orr could have done with a pair of good knees. Had he not seen the knife more often than a dinner plate. How good would have Orr been in the day of orthoscopic surgery, a time of modern medicine and advanced methods of rehabilitation, and if he hadn't been forced to prematurely retire at age 30? So he only played till age 30, guys, because his knees got so messed up before he even got old. So he only played until he was 8. I mean, until until he was 30. He only played till he was 30. I don't know where I got 8 from. Probably because you said 8 defensive player awards. Yeah. Make a levitating make a levitating ice cream machine. Okay, now let's look at the goaltending. One sec. I'm just gonna wipe this camera. I just wanted to make it nice and clear. How do I go to goaltending? Oh, here. Oh, here. All time. So this was my picks. Remember, I said Martin Brodeur. He has the most wins of all time. That's like how Bill Russell only played only 13 seasons and won 11 rings. Yeah, exactly. He's that one of those types of guys. 3 Stanley Cups for Brodeur. 1 Calder Trophy, that's for Rookie of the Year. Vezina is for Goaltender of the Year. He has 1, 2, 3, 4. Jennings, this is for the best goals against average. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thanks, Cherry Squattic. Have a good day. And then the other guy I picked, I think I said Dominic Hasek, right? Where's Hasek? Did we pass him? There he is. Dominic Hasek. Wait, we have to do a... we have to do a filter for games played. Because look at these guys. These guys only played 1 or 2 games. We got to get them out of here because they're messing up the stats. Where's the filters? Oh, here it is. Games played. Okay, so we want to put... Let's put 500. Okay, so now my list is only showing people who had at least 500 games played. Dominic Hasek, number 1 in save percentage at 922. So that's a big enough sample size. Like if you take out that stat, obviously, like we've seen some people with 100% save percentages, but that's because they only played 1 or 2 games, right? I said a minimum of 500 games played. So these are the best goalies to play at least 500 games. And I sorted it by save percentage. That's why I picked Dominic Hasek. And then my other goalie that I chose was the one with the most wins, Martin Brodeur. 691 wins. Second place is 575. Marc-Andre Fleury just retired too, so he's not catching him. Patrick Waugh retired a long time ago. He's never catching him. Luongo retired. Belfour retired. Lundqvist retired. Joseph retired. Bobrovsky's still playing. Bobrovsky might pass Curtis Joseph and Henrik Lundqvist in the near future. He's only 13 wins behind Lundqvist. But let's see how old he is. He's 37. He's probably not going to be around much longer. Like he's got what, maybe 3 seasons left? Even if he won 50 games a season for the next 3 seasons, I don't think he'd come. I don't think he would. And that a 50-win season would be insane for anybody. So that's not even like realistic to think. Yeah, that record's safe for now. Like nobody currently playing, I think, could be able to catch Martin Brodeur's wins. All these guys are all retired. Vasilevsky's still playing. He's at 346. Let's see how old he is. He's 31, so he's got a little bit more runway to try to catch up to Martin Brodeur. But see, Brodeur played 1,200 games. I wonder if maybe he also leads the games played. Yeah, he also played the most games. He played 1,200 games. The next highest was Fleury, who played 1,051 games. He can beat it in 7 years. Yeah, he'd have to have 7 really good years, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. I think that record's pretty safe. But yeah, my other guy I picked, like I said, Dominic Hasek, he has the best save percentage. Like on average, he saves 9.22 amount of shots. Goals against average is a guy named Tiny Thompson. let's look up Tiny Thompson. Tiny Thompson was born in 1903. Tiny Thompson's rookie season remains among the best in the NHL history. Thompson was a four-time Vezina Trophy winner who was inducted into the Hockey Hall of Fame in 1959. What was the greatest team you've seen by year? I don't know. That's a tough question because it's a tough question because usually the best teams, um, the team that wins the President's Trophy, like for the most wins in the season, they don't always win the Stanley Cup. But technically, the team who wins the Stanley Cup is the best team because they won the Stanley Cup. They won the tournament that actually determines who's the best, right? So if I really had to pick, in my opinion, who have I seen that's been the best team of all time, like in my life, it might be the 2015 Chicago Blackhawks. Because the 2015 Chicago Blackhawks won the President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup in the same year. See, let's take a look. And that team contained Patrick Kane. Let's go back to the year 2015, I believe it was. Was it this year? No. Maybe it was 13? This team, this Chicago Blackhawks team won the President's Trophy. Yeah, it must have been the 2013 Chicago Blackhawks. That was probably the best team that I've seen in my life. Because the Hawks won the cup in 13, 15, and I believe also 2010. Yeah. So they won 3 Stanley Cups over the course of 5 years. That's a pretty good dynasty right there. Like modern day dynasty. Let's go back. Let's take a look just for interesting looks over the last 20 years. Who has the most wins in the playoffs over the last 20 years? Pittsburgh Penguins with 103. Second, Boston Bruins with 102. Third is Tampa Bay Lightning with 102. The least is Seattle, but they've only been around for a couple years. then Columbus. These are playoffs, though. Let's look at the regular season now. So the best team of the last 20 years has been the Boston Bruins with the most wins. And then it's Washington. Then it's Pittsburgh are tied. Washington and Pittsburgh have been exactly tied over 20 years in terms of wins. Points, Capitals get a little bit more because it looks like they got a couple more OT losses. That's pretty sweet, though. That's pretty crazy to look at. Because this is the same amount of time as Ovechkin's been in Washington, has been the exact same amount of time as Sidney Crosby's been in Pittsburgh. But don't forget that Sidney Crosby won 3 Stanley Cups while Ovechkin only won 1, right? Yeah, Seattle Kraken sucks. Look at them. 160 wins. Yeah, what a dumb name, too. Kraken. Like, what is that? That's not even a real animal. Like, at least the Utah mammoth is a real animal that just doesn't is like extinct or whatever. But what is Kraken? There's honestly there's a couple of really bad hockey team names. The ones that I always find the worst are something like the Blues. Like, it's just a color. You know what I mean? The Ducks is kind of funny because that one used to be the Mighty Ducks, and then they just dropped the Mighty part, and it's just Ducks. And Mighty Ducks was a movie before. And then let's go just for fun. Right now, we're going to look at the NBA teams as our final thing. The Edmonton Oilers is pretty good. They made it to the finals the last 2 years. I just want to look at how dumb some of the NBA teams are. Orlando Magic? What kind of a team name is Magic? 76ers? New York Knicks? The Wizards? The Utah Jazz. Yeah, Utah always has a funny name. The Nuggets? The Denver Nuggets. Anyways, guys, that's probably all it is for me today. I'm getting really tired, so I think I'm going to go to bed here soon. Wahaguru G, Wahaguru G. Thanks, Jazz Karan Singh. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be really tired, guys. I'm going to go to bed. But thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate all the likes and the views and the thumbs up and the subs